What is up, legend? Coach Neil from Black Dog Coaching and coming to you live from Burleigh Beach. So I had something happen this weekend that doesn't happen very often, bit of a rare moment. I've basically got a weekend to myself. So my fiance is running a birthday party for her oldest daughter, and my kids are at their mum's place. So I sort of don't need to be anywhere and I don't need to do anything. So I decided to chuck my swag in the back of the ute, grab a little bit of gear. I spent the day with Corey Lum, one of the mentors inside of Black Dog Brotherhood, who helps with running the group. Spent a day running a charity event with that, and then I'm literally just planning on spending the rest of the day/night camped up down here at Burleigh on my lonesome. So after this live feed, I'm going to disconnect from technology and basically spend some time filling my jug. But the reason I wanted to jump on today is I wanted to share something more than anything. Nothing instructional, nothing revolutionary. It's more a little bit about my journey and where I'm at the moment. The last probably 4 to 6 weeks, I've found myself in a very transitional phase, and I mean that in a good way. I look at sort of where I've come from in terms of my mental health, my own depression, my own shit that I've got going on in my life, and I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I've stripped away another layer. And every time I think that I've stripped away, all these different layers, something else sort of leads me down a rabbit hole. And I find myself stripping back more layers of who I am. For me at the moment, it's really kind of weird, the place that I'm in at the moment, because I feel more connected than ever to the present moment. And what I mean by that is, one of the things I've always struggled with my own headspace is my head is always going 100 miles an hour. In a way, it's good, and it's made me good at, running a business and coming up with ideas and coaching and thinking outside of the box. But it means I've always had trouble sleeping, because when I go to bed, my head's going a million miles an hour. It means that I've had trouble focusing. Even when I've got set work to do, my mind sort of drifts and I get easily distracted with all these other ideas and shit that are always rolling in and things that are always going on. I've been really pushing my meditation lately. So I've been doing meditation for about a year, maybe a bit longer now. But I hadn't really been committed to it. It was sort of a every now and again thing. But the last couple of months, I've really been committing to meditation, and I can't even explain the difference that it's made. It's been a phenomenal difference in my mood, a phenomenal difference in my ability to focus. And I'm hitting a point now where I always used to do guided meditations, one where you listen to and somebody talks you through it. But now I find that I prefer to do my own thing without any guidance, and I'm dropping into it a lot more and I'm feeling it a lot more. And it's carrying over to what I'll call my waking life. So when I'm not meditating, I'm finding things such as parenting. My parenting is, I've actually been, for the first time in a long time, I've been very proud of my parenting and the way that I've been able to communicate with my kids and the way I've handled situations with anybody who's a parent knows that kids can fucking make you want to bash your head against a brick wall. It's no big secret. They can do that to you no matter how much you love them. But I've just found that I've been able to handle things a lot better, and I've been able to communicate with my kids a lot better. And that has been awesome. It's yielded massive results with my relationship with my kids. But even things as simple as fucking brushing my teeth or chopping vegetables or whatever. Usually when I'm doing mundane everyday tasks, my mind isn't there. I'm doing the tasks on autopilot, but my mind is elsewhere. I'm thinking about work I've got to get done. I'm thinking about what I've got to do tomorrow. I'm ruminating on shit that's already happened. I'm fucking creating fictional stories in my head that haven't happened. I think everybody does it. If not, maybe I'm crazy. But what I've found is that I'm hitting a point now where there's a level of, I suppose you call it waking meditation inside of my everyday life, where I'll be doing mundane tasks, but instead of tuning out and focusing on other stuff, I'm 100% focused on what I'm doing. And people are always talking about being more present. I never understood it. I can't be more present. I'm here. I'm in the moment. But I never really was. And it's only something that I'm really starting to clue in now, that people talk about being in the present and actually living in the present. It's not just physically being there, but being 100% focused on what you're doing at that point in time. And there's a level of calm in it, because in that exact moment in time, nothing's wrong. if you're, I don't know, let's say you're chopping vegetables, but you're thinking about an argument that you had fucking years ago, or you're thinking about something that happened years ago, some sort of trauma, and that's where your mind is, or you're thinking about something that might happen at work tomorrow, you're thinking about something you've got to get done, what you're doing is you're inviting stress into a moment in your life where there is no stress. You're chopping fucking vegetables or you're brushing your teeth, yet you're experiencing a level of stress because your mind is consciously elsewhere. Your mind is consciously fucking focusing on something stressful. Since I've started learning to let that go, I'm finding that there is a level of flow. And again, I've heard people talk about flow states. People are always like, oh, flow states, getting into a flow state. And I thought I knew what a flow state was. You know, I'm like, oh, I can work for hours at a time and I get so much work done in that time. But there's a difference between flow and work ethic. And I've only just started to tune into the difference between the two and feel the difference between the two. And it's, you know, Neil from 5 years ago would probably kick the shit out of Neil today and call him some sort of fucking hippie bullshit master. But I don't know, there's a level of calm that I haven't experienced in a very long time. There's a level of serenity and happiness that I haven't felt for a long time, and it's creeping into everyday tasks because I'm not thinking about things that have happened. I'm not thinking about things that might happen. I'm literally just in the moment, and I'm just focusing on my breathing and focusing on what I'm doing, because in that moment there is no stress. So for me personally, at 39 years old, I feel like I've stripped back another layer, and I'm a little bit excited because, you know, I know there's more layers to go, and each time I do strip a layer of me back and I learn a little bit more, I'm better for it. And because of what I do, because of Black Dog Coaching, and because of, you know, what we coach and who we coach and the way we do things, as I learn things and as I learn things about myself, I'm in the fortunate position of being able to share that with people, and hopefully they can take something away from it as well, because I'm making these discoveries on my own. I don't have a path to follow. I mean, I'm sure it's out there, but I'm just doing me. And I'm reading what I want to read and watching what I want to watch and making my own path and piecing it together bit by bit. And as I learn stuff about myself, I can share that with all you guys, and I can share that with Black Dog clients. And if it lands with them, that's awesome. It sets them up to expedite their own process and expedite their own journey from where they are to where they want to be. So, yeah, I'm in a good place. I'm going to be spending today and tonight just chilling out at Burleigh Beach, chilling in the swag, 100% me time. And I reckon by tomorrow I'm going to feel pretty fucking amazing. So for anybody out there who's struggling, anybody who doesn't know where to start, obviously you can always jump on the phone, book in a coaching call with Black Dog Coaching, but that's not, you know, a necessity. Try meditation. It sounds, you know, if somebody told me 5 years ago to try meditating, I would have told them to bash it up their ass. But for me personally, I've found it to be a game changer, and I find it to continue to be a game changer, and I'm still very, very new to it. So I'm excited about where it can take me when I, you know, if I really stick to it and practice it as a discipline. Start with some guided meditation, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, give it a go, and just pay attention to your feelings both before it and after it. I've found that with meditation as well, meditation helps me when I'm in a state of suffering. So if I'm angry about something, if I'm upset about something, if there's something that I'm struggling with, when I meditate, rather than pulling away from it, which creates, in my opinion, it creates friction. When you pull away from drama, when you pull away from emotion, when you pull away from bad feelings, it creates a level of friction. When I meditate, I choose to lean into it and sit with that emotion. I literally, if I'm angry about something, I'll meditate and I'll just let the anger it sounds strange, but I just let it flow through me. I sit with it. And it just sort of dissipates because I'm not fighting it. The more I fight it, the worse it gets. If I'm scared of something, the more I fight it, the worse it gets. If I'm angry about something, the more I fight it, the worse it gets. By meditating with that emotion, what I'm learning is there's no real negative emotion. It's just, we're just a container, and you've got to sort of let that flow through. And meditation has become the channel for me to just let that go. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a hippie woo-woo thing where you sit there and everything's magical, la fucking, you know, fairy dust. Sitting with an emotion, whether it's a negative or a positive emotion, and just allowing it to run its course in a safe space, I just find that it dissipates a lot faster because I'm not holding on to it and I'm not fighting it. I just allow it to run its course. So, I don't know, if this is making sense, let me know in the comments. I could just be fucking rambling, but for me, when I talk about flow state, when I talk about understanding what I perceive to be a flow state, for me it means that all the negative emotions that I used to just sit on, I'm now able to just let them run their course through me in a very short period of time by not fighting them and just accepting that they are what they are. So it's my thoughts for the day. All right, legends, I'm going offline for a little while. Time for some Coach Neil time. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other. I'll see you all in the next video.